When sitting down to watch something, I find that the way I approach it will vary depending on my expectation of its quality. I have been a long-time fan of high-quality YouTube documentaries, so when I find out that Lemino or Matt Orchard have released a video, I set aside enough time in my afternoon dedicated to watching it, with my biggest screen and my best available headphones. Whereas a video that randomly pops up on my feed may be relegated to a corner of my vision as I play a game, and just the earbuds that I was wearing at the time. Sometimes I find this effect can apply to more than just YouTube videos. So, welcome to Behind the Bug. In this episode, we will analyze the game design in Metro Exodus and why it took me 5 years since its release to actually finish it. I have had Metro Exodus for several years now. I have owned 3 different computers since I originally bought the game, and all of them have had it installed. I have opened and played through part of it on all of them. I even restarted the game at one point so I could re-experience the amazing beginning. For those that have not played Metro Exodus, it is set in a post-nuclear Russia where your character sets out to find somewhere habitable above ground. The game mechanics include a wide variety of immersive but simple actions, such as switching a filter or pumping an air gun. The goal of these actions is not to act as a minor annoyance, as they may seem from that description, but they act as a reminder of the world you are in and keep you immersed in the game world. Menus are kept to a minimum, and the game seamlessly transitions from gameplay to cutscene and back. While I could easily go on about the genius immersive design, there are plenty of other videos that have discussed it and explained why Metro Exodus is so immersive. The question I want to ask is, why was a game I'd be more than willing to praise for its design so hard for me to finish? It is not a difficult game, nor is it very long. It's fairly simple to play and has always run well on my computer. I have spent a lot of time in preparation for this video trying to find an answer, and all the normal reasons that you would not play a game don't fit. Something about Metro Exodus and its design kept me from playing, despite the fact I really like the game. Metro Exodus does 2 things very, very well. The first and the most notable is the immersive atmosphere that immediately draws the player in. This game is begging you to envelop yourself in its world and forget everything else. It maintains all of your focus very effectively. The second is that it uses this to tell a great story. While some have criticized it for being predictable, I thought it was interesting and well delivered through very well voice acted and written lines. The voiced lines are what really tie the story and immersion together. You have to listen and pay attention to keep up. The immersive nature of Metro Exodus means it requires your full attention. Much like the YouTube channels I discussed earlier, there is a certain state I have to be in to experience Metro Exodus. If I do not have my full focus ready to dedicate to the game, then I will play something else. The amount of focus required acts as a barrier to playing the game. The immersion is both the greatest strength of Metro and the reason I could never finish it. I would see the game in my library and wonder if I have the energy to focus on it and play it. While with a really good video there is a higher barrier than other videos, that barrier still is not terribly high. With a game like Metro Exodus, it is hard to want to sit down and play it because of the focus required to do so. Usually, when I was looking for a game to play, I was already tired and didn't want to miss out on something important in the story. I really liked Metro Exodus and did not want to ruin that experience for myself because I was not fully invested. A truly great story in a game can ruin the experience if it creates too much of a barrier. Usually, just that barrier coming from the story will not be a problem. However, when it is combined with immersive and demanding game mechanics that also require your full focus, then it can be too much. In order to write this video, I did sit down and finish Metro Exodus. It isn't a long game, and the ending was good. It was a fitting conclusion that was interesting and tied everything up nicely. It was a great game, and I did enjoy it. I started digging into the achievement statistics to see if I was alone. Metro Exodus is a 5-year-old game, and around 36% of players have beat it. The number is probably slightly lower due to players having played both endings, but it is a decent estimate. I looked through my other Steam games and compared it to a couple of games that came up. These are, of course, very different titles, but it should give us a comparison for that 36% number. Hitman 2 was beat by 8% of players. Cyberpunk 2077's main story was beat by 38% of players. The Witcher 3 was beat by 24% of players. Those stats seem to make the case that either Metro Exodus is not hard to beat, and that was something just I experienced, or that the numbers in Steam achievements is not a good metric. Maybe I was alone in struggling to beat this game. Or maybe it took others just as long. The truth is that the experience is very subjective, and I really am just speculating why I never sat down to finish this game. Any other player may have found the game quite easy to finish. So why does it matter? Well, the issue that caused me not to finish the game is still very real. In some cases, story can take away from an experience, sometimes because of this sort of barrier to entry. For me, that was a real problem with Metro Exodus. Now, I did eventually finish the game, so the barrier is certainly not insurmountable. From a player's perspective, it is important to manage your expectations and not expect too much from a title, even if you really like it. Sometimes that can keep you from playing and enjoying some of your favorite games. My issue with Metro Exodus was the result of my own high expectations for the game. Once I was able to overcome that and play it, I really enjoyed it. From a developer's perspective, this is something that is really hard to balance. Stories can add so much to a game, but they can also take away from more important components. A designer really has to evaluate when and how to implement story so that it complements the mechanics. Sometimes the game is made in the other order, with mechanics meant to serve story. I believe Metro Exodus is likely more along the lines of the latter, or it at least played as such. The game created a gripping story and designed mechanics around immersing the player in that environment. It is truly unmatched in how it approached storytelling and immersion. I'm not sure I can really find anything Metro Exodus did wrong. I blame myself for not being able to finish the game. But my experience can still act as a reminder to other players that sometimes you just have to start playing. You don't need to build the perfect setting to play in or wait till you are perfectly focused. You should just play. As a developer, this game is a reminder of how important it is to be careful with story. Narratives are a powerful tool that must be used for the benefit of the game as a whole. In this case, story both helped and hurt Metro Exodus, but it wouldn't have been the same without a strong narrative. As I work through pre-production on my own story-based game, I find the balance between mechanics and story is really delicate. They have to serve one another in order to create a better game. Our project is not intending to build Immersion the same way Metro Exodus did, but its mechanics serve as a reminder of how story and mechanics can work in tandem. I'm hoping to show more of my own projects on this channel in the future, and maybe releasing a public demo for those that are interested. While I have been inconsistent with uploads in the past, I'm planning on releasing a video at least once a month. Some may be more along these lines, just a quick discussion of a game I am playing or find worth talking about. But I'll still continue to work on the larger analysis videos. I'm hoping to expand on those and even start interviewing developers. If any of that sounds interesting, feel free to subscribe and help grow this channel. Thank you for watching.